Bhagavan Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, the dear darling of Mother Devaki, and the Guru of the entire universe. I salute Bhagavan again and again. Oh, peace, peace, peace. We are reading we'll start today. Now, we have read the other day that when that Grace Boli was standing unmoved, and Bali remained unmoved in the resolution to stick to truth, though his guru warned him and he not listened to him, but to the truth in the long run. And then it is the great character of Boli, not being overwhelmed by any other thing. And he was thinking that my grandfather thought in this, what is the good of keeping up with this body, which has to die in the end in spite of all care? One takes it. For what good are sons who are only plunders your wealth and relatives only enemies, etc. It is a fortunate circumstances that providence has brought me close to God, O Lord, the near natural enemy of Asuras, after depriving me of my prosperous state. For it is wealth and prosperity that stupefy the mind of man and make him forget the truth that he is ever in the jaws of death. So, Sri Sukadev said, while Bali was speaking thus, his grandfather Prahlada, who is very dear to the Lord, arrived there in the spot. That was the previous verses we read. Being bound by Baruna's cords, Bali could not do full prostration to his grandfather, so he bent down his head with tears in his eyes. On seeing the Lord Mahavishnu waited upon by his attendant, the high soul Prahlada approached him with head bowed down in devotion. So Prahlada approached the Lord the Vamana in the form who is Lord Vishnu and prostrated before him and fell down at his feet with tears and horripilation in the body. Prahlada then said, the glory of Indrahood was bestowed upon him by you. That means, O Narayana, it is you who have bestowed the Indrahood, the position of Indra. You have now deprived him of it. This will be for his good in the long run. That means he's talking about Bali, that you have taken away the power from him now. It is a great blessing bestowed upon him, for he has now been bereft of prosperity, wealth, material wealth, what Ramakrishna said, Kama Kanchan. So he says that you are now bereft of all this prosperity. It is the blessings of you by making Mahabali the bereft of all prosperity, which often infatuates a man and brings spiritual insensitivity. The blindness of pride, consequent on prosperity, affects even a person who is learned and established in self-control. We see in the world, he said, that people who are having wealth and prosperity, even learned people, lose their self-control. So you have taken away Mahabali's all this pride. So the blindness of pride consequent on prosperity affects a person of learning who is established in self-control. Who is the man that can keep level-headed in prosperity and stick to the spiritual path? So I salute you, salutation to you, Narayana, the witness of all witness and the Lord of all the world. So that is the way Prahlada prostrated before Narayana. Brahma now pleaded. Sri Shukadev said, verse number 18, on page 384. Sri Sukadeva said, O king, Brahma was now about to speak to the Lord, the destroyer of Madhu, in hearing of Prahlada, who was standing there with joined palms. So Prahlada was standing there with palm four, and Brahma was going to speak. But he was interrupted by Bindavali. Bindavali is in the throes her to see her husband bound up. So she was so much sad to see that Mahabali has been bound by the rope of what you call Indra, and she was feeling sad and she was in the tears. Bowing down before Lord Vamana and with face downcast, Mahabali's wife, her name is Bindhavali. Bindhavali then spoke to the Lord Narayana. Bindhavali said, O Lord, for your sport, you have created these three worlds. How knowledgeable are these, even this Mahabali's wife. He says, O Narayana, for your sport. No meaning. Why this creation? Why these seven planes of existence? Why people are born? And why people play all this drama of life and cry and weep and win and run after power position. He says it is your sport. You have created these three worlds. Men of power, men of perverted intelligence, they consider themselves the masters in this world, actually which belongs to you. You are the master of the world, but the powerful people in even men of perverted intelligence, they claim that the power is because of them. Such people who shamelessly consider themselves masters and free agents who have they got as their own to offer thee, who are the one agent, the one Lord, and the one destroyer of the whole universe. So say that those type of people are shameless, and they consider themselves to be the master, and as if they are the free soul, they are the all powerful. I am the king, I am the Lord of the world, they say. What have they got as their own to offer to you? You are the doer of everything, you are the master of everything. Then, after this prayer of Bindhavali, the wife of Bali, Brahma then said, Brahma said, O Creator and Lord of all, is praising Vamana Avatara, is now the Narayana. O Creator and Lord of all, O Supreme Being, who dwells in everything. So you dwell in everything, O Supreme Being. All the possessions of Bali have been taken away. You have taken away all his possessions, earth and heaven, no? He does not deserve to be bound. Brahma is praising Bali's contribution and Bali's humility, holding on to truthfulness, honesty, etc. That's why he should not be bound. He does not deserve to be bound. Deign to release him from these fetters. Please help him that he gets freed from this bondage of the Indra's ropes. The whole of this earth, the higher worlds, attain through their karma, all his wealth and power and his own body. All these he has offered to you as gift without any regret. So, Lord, you see the greatness of Mahabali. Brahma is praising him that the whole of this earth, the higher worlds, he attained through karma, all this wealth and power of his own body, all what he has earned by his karma, austerity, etc., and fighting, good karma, bad karma, whatever, he has conquered all this. And now all this he has offered to you as he promised, as a gift. And he never regretted without any regret. That is the glory of Mahabali. By making an offering of water, followed by some tender shoot of durvagas, with faith and purity of the mind, devotees attain to the highest state, the Vaikuntha. Ordinary people, with faith and trust in you, they offer some water and grass and flowers, and they, with a pure mind, they pray and they get their highest state, they reach Vaikuntha. How then can Boli, who has made an offering of all the three worlds at your feet, without the least hesitation, deserve this type of suffering and humiliation? Oh, Narayana, you should make some means to remove the sufferings, as his wife also, Bindhavali, requested that he is being bound and his wife is crying, and Brahma is suggesting the release of the bondage which Indra's ropes have created. Therefore, he said that he does not deserve this humiliation. So, Lord, make some means. So, Brahma said to Narayana. The Lord Narayana said, verse number 24, O Brahma, whomever I really wish to bless, I first take off his wealth. This is a very bad words for the devotees. That means he puts them into suffering. But whoever I really wish to bless, that I want to bless him, to give him freedom, what I do first, I first take up his wealth. Vittang tasya haramyaham. One place in the Bhagavad is said, the person whom I want to make spiritually wealthy, I make him a poor guy. I take away his earthly wealth. For wealth makes a man proud and arrogant, as a result of which is lead to insult the world and myself. So when people become wealthy, they become proud and arrogant. And as a result, what they do? They lead to insults this world and God. Me, myself, is Narayana. This is the beautiful verse number 24 of Bhagavad, this chapter. It says, 24th verse says, Jam anugrihnami, whom I do compassion, tadhisho vidunamyaham. Tadvisho vidunamyaham. That means I will take away his wealth. Janmada Purusha. With big people become proud and blindfolded, stabdho lokam, and ignores the me, mang chavamannate, lokan chavamannate. That means he ignores, insults this world by the pride of their wealth and prosperity. 25 verse. Subject as the jiva is to his own karma. According to one's own karma, that person transmigrates by the compulsion of the karma from species to species and from body to body until at some distant date he gets a human body. This is the beautiful analysis that what God's grace dawns in someone how. He said, only whom I do really give my grace, final grace, I make him poor. Wealth is, I take away his wealth. Because wealth, money, makes someone arrogant and proud to ignore me and the world. Subject as the jiva is to his own karma. We are all born according to our karma. We die according to our karma. We have name. Everything comes in life according to one's own karma, earned by him. And that karma theory says. He transmigrates by compulsion of karma. So we are born in this life, we are born into another life. This happens because of the compulsion. We are bound to do that. Our karma will force them to do whatever he wants. So he says karma from species to species, from body to body, human body to lower body to higher body, until at some distant date is by my grace that rebirth. Your karma, good karma, bad karma, and nana jonishu anishu ayam Paurusham Gotim Abrajet. Is born in different species. Nara Yonim. Anishe Oyam Paurusham Purushing Gotima Brajet. Species to species and from body to body until at some distant date one gets a human body. The Paurusham is the human body. Janma, karma, and if you find a man free from pride and arrogance, in spite of being in favorable circumstances in respect of birth, work, age, beauty of form, learning, wealth, know that it is only by my grace. So you find a person who has wealth, yet you find that he is free from pride, he is free from arrogance, his favorable circumstances, in respect of his birth, work, age, beauty of form, learning, wealth, all in spite of all these things, he is free from pride. And know that is he has got my grace. So God's grace is not material wealth. That is the point. That's why if we look at this philosophy, what Bhagavan Narayan is telling to Brahma and Bali and Prahlada, all are standing there, that God's grace does not mean that a person should be materially prosperous. Rather, those who have material prosperity and have no arrogance and ego, God manifests there. And it is only comes out of grace of God. Otherwise, because of that, their desire takes them to another birth, to another birth, another birth. So change of life goes on. And human, ultimately, he attains to a human body. However, for a person who is devoted to me, however, a person who is devoted to me never gets infatuated even when favored by high birth, prosperity, etc. That is the greatness of God. God's grace is there where he has so much, but he is not and never gets infatuated, even when favored by high birth, is born in a high birth, have richness, prosperity, which generally generates pride. Normally, is born in a high society, high class, rich person, a person with power, their their that generate power in them, pride in them, arrogance in them, in others, and block all their spiritual progress because of that arrogance, because of their pride, because of they're higher than anyone they think, they block all their spiritual progress. Such was the such was the case with great devotee like Dhruva, Prahlada, and others. So they have no ego. That's why they have no arrogance. So they are my devotees. So here is one important point, as I just mentioned in verse number 24 to 27, that richness, material prosperity is not bad, but material prosperity is a bondage to most of the people because that brings them arrogance, haughtiness, pride, and supremacy over others, and that takes them away from God. And he says, whomever I really wish to bless. This is a very important verse, verse number 24, where it says, who I want to make my blessings I bestow, they become wealth. I take off his wealth. I take off his wealth. You can see that all the spiritual wealth, Janaka. Janaka has wealth, but he has no pride of wealth. That's why God is there. Most of the path of spirituality, they give up the wealth. When one becomes a monk, renouncing everything, they have their home, wealth, prosperity, building, car, etc. So what is the wealth? They give up those and take off his wealth. It is he takes away. And most of the spiritual people, Sri Ramakrishna was born in a family, not a rich family, materially rich, but spiritually rich. And even sometimes they live a life with so much poverty and this physical austerity. Holy Mother having no food. It is indicative that money is wealth is useless. But also very rare. When wealth is there, also they are devoted to God. That is the greatness of spiritual power. And Bhagavan says that if such things happen, then it is my grace is upon them. 28th verse. This Mahabali, who is the leader of Daityas and Danavas, and an ornament in enhancing the reputation of his people, has conquered even by Maya, is difficult for anyone to overcome. She is saying that Mahabali is great because he's the leader of the Daityas and Danavas. He's so much powerful. And an ornament enhancing the reputation of his people. He's so man of position and reputation that he is an example and pride for his people. And he has conquered even by Maya, my Maya. My Maya is that people will be infatuated with ego and pride. But see, Mahabali has conquered that, which is very difficult for anyone to overcome. For he has remained absolutely unruffled and unconcerned, even in the face of total downfall and persecution. He has done nothing, but he is getting to this persecution and total downfall and not being disturbed. He remains unruffled and unconcerned. He has conquered by Maya. 29. Even though reduced to poverty, he was the king of the three worlds And he has given, O Narayana, you the word. Narayana says, he has given me the word that will give 3 steps. And now he is totally lost his all kingdom. So even though reduced to poverty, he has nothing of his own. Expelled from his position. He has been driven out of his position because he is no more nothing. Everything he has given away to Bhavana. Now he's put into fetters by the enemy. His enemy is the devas. They have put them in the fetters. Deserted by friends. His friends are gone. He is alone. And she is scolded and cursed by his preceptor, his guru, cursed him that you are. So see the condition, reduced to poverty, 1 point, expelled from his position, high position, he was the king of the 3 worlds, put in the fetters of enemy by Indra, deserted by friends, means all other asuras have left, and scolded and cursed by his preceptor, Guru Vakko. He did not listen, but followed the truth. Mahabali, firm in his vow of truth. That is the greatness appreciated by Lord Narayana. Did not break his promise. That is the point. So he is so truthful that at the face of so many challenges, he is a poor, he has nothing. Poverty means poor people have something, but he has nothing. Expelled from his position. There is a king of the 3 worlds, that is gone. Put the fetters by enemy. Indra has put him into bondage. All the friends have left him. His guru has cursed him. But still, Mahabali is great because firm in his vow of truthfulness, sign of truthfulness, the power of truthfulness. So this is being praised by Narayana, these qualities. Even the false interpretation of dharma given by me could not budge him an inch away from the righteous path. So I am now, 31 verse says, I am giving him who is entirely resigned to me a boon which is difficult to get by even a celestial. He will become the Indra in the age of Manu Savarni. So this is the blessings Narayana is bestowing on Mahabali, that because of this truthfulness, honesty, that is the beautiful characteristics of him, that he is truthful, sutta. For the sutta, truth, God gives the highest value of truthfulness, sutta. So I am giving, means Narayana says, I am giving him, this Mahabali, who is entirely designed to me. But I am giving a boon. And that boon is difficult to get, even by the celestial beings. What is the boon? He will become the Indra in the age of Manu Savarni. When the Manu Savarni's period will come, he will be the Indra. This Mahabali will be the Indra. The soul will be taking the Indra's position. Till then, let him live in the realm called Sutala, in which there are many works of the heavenly architects of Vishwakarma. So in that Sutala plane, there are Sutala, Atala, Vitala, on the different planes are there. So the Lord bestows the boon that this Mahabali, for the time being, let him go and live in the Sutala plane, where many handiworks of heavenly architect Vishwakarma's beautiful architects are there. Those who live there shall, due to my grace, concern for them, to my gracious concern for them, be free from every kind of difficulty. In that plane of Sutala, there will be all types of difficulty will be of worries, disease not be there, weakness not there, lethargy not there, no defeat and the like. So that's the plane. Let Mahabali go there. So, O Mahabali, Narayana says, verse number 33, O Mahabali, great ruler, you are going to be the great ruler, like you will be the Indra in the age of Savarni, Manu. May you prosper along with all your friends, relatives, and dependents. You take and go to Sutala plain, which even the residents of Swarga, heaven, long to reach. The people of Sarga, they are happy, but it is much happier place because there is no worry, no disease, no weakness, no lethargy, no defeat, etc., etc. So you live there for the time being, and you will go with your own relatives and dependents, and that's a plane which the residents of the Swarga or heaven long to reach. None will be able to overpower you there. Yeah. Oh, Mahabali, there will be no one to be the master over you. No one will be able to overpower you there. Not even the guardians of deities of the worlds. Guardians of the deities of the worlds, they will also not have any power upon you. And if any Asura dares to challenge you, that person will be destroyed by my divine discus Sudarshan. That means I will always protect you with my divine discus Sudarshan. So if by chance, if any other competitive Asura dares to challenge you in the Sutala plane, I will be taking, I'll be using my Sudarshan chakra. 35. I shall be affording protection to you and your people who is residing at the Sutala plane. You will ever feel my presence there. So you can feel that I am with you, that feel your presence. It is a great boon to feel the presence, feel my presence there in the Sutala plane, though it is not other place you are having, but for the timing you go there and you will feel my presence and my protection all the time. Residing there, 36th verse, the last verse of this chapter, residing there amidst of Daityas and Dhanavas, whatever asuric tendencies you may happen to contract from them will all be weakened and obliterated immediately by the consciousness of my divine majesty. Because I will be there, so if anything, because of these asuric people live over there, their effect may affect your mind, but they will not be able to weaken you and obliterated them immediately. I will make it that it did all the impact of them obliterated by me, by the consciousness of my divine majesty. I am present with you, so by my presence, all your defects will go away and you will not be overpowered by any negative forces. So here ends the chapter 22nd. Now we are entering into chapter 23. Atho Trayo Vingshati Vingshodhayo, 23rd chapter, book number 8, page 387. Now, after these blessings from Lord Narayana, now the Bali was very overwhelmed, and Prahlada also got very overwhelmed. So they are praising Narayana. The Sukadev said, verse number 1, chapter 23, Sukadev said, to the Supreme Being who spoke thus, the high-souled Bali, the object of admiration for all good and righteous people, replied in a choked voice and in a mood of surging emotion, of bhakti, with his palms joined in adoration and his eyelids dropping with a heavy downpour of blissful tears. So, what they did when Supreme Narayana praised him in such a way and asked him to go to Sutala plain, the Boli, who is the object of admiration for all good and righteous people, then he replied. He, as he now started talking to Lord Narayana. How he did? With choked voice, in a mood of surging emotion, that was by bhakti, devotion, with his palms folded and with the tearful eyes. What he said? Bali said, your grace is generally bestowed on those who surrender themselves to you. Normally it happens that you be gracious to them, those who surrender yourself to them, to you. But lo, you have been pleased to bestow on me that grace, although I have hardly taken the first step of self surrender, namely making a devoted prostration to you. So, see, I am so low, I have not been able to surrender to yourself. Even I cannot bow down in bending my head, self, namely making a devoted prostration to you. By merely taking a resolve to make you a prostration, I and Asura and the meanest of them have been vouchsafed a blessing which even the guardian deities have never had till now. So even the gods and goddesses, they don't get that blessings. I, who am an ordinary person, and I could not bow down my head unto you, but still, what a grace you have bestowed your blessings upon me. Then Sri Shukadeva again said, verse number 3, saying so, Bali, Mahabali, who was now free from bondage, made his prostration to Hari because she was bound by the Indra's cord. But now, by the blessings of Lord Narayana, the bondage is gone and he could lie down in the flat with Ashtanga on the ground and saluted the Lord, who was now free from bondage, made prostration to Hari, Brahma, and Parameshwar, and went joyfully to Sutala plain with his followers. So Sukadev said, Bali, then, now free from bondage, made prostration to Lord Hari and to Brahma and Parameshwar. And then he cheerfully went to joyfully went to joyfully Sutala plain with his followers, as instructed by Lord Narayana. In this way, the worshipful Lord restored the heavenly region to Indra. So, in this way, what happened? Indra got his region back and fulfilled the prayer of Aditi. And as the brother of Indra, he protected the three worlds. So now he got the position back to Indra. Indra was hiding. Now all the three worlds have been taken away by Mahabali, by the Lord with the three steps. And Mahabali, he has been sent to Sutala plain Therefore, the Indra get back his own kingdom back. So God played a trick in this way, both ways. Indra got back his own kingdom, and Mahabali had to wait till the Manu's period comes to be the Indra again. But at this period of time, then Indra returned to his kingdom. 5 verse. Seeing Bali, his grandson, and the preserver of the continuity of his line, freed from bondage and favored by the Lord, Prahlada said as follows with fervent devotion. So now Prahlada was standing there, seeing that Bali, who is his grandson, and who is preserving the continuity of this line, lineage, means the truthfulness, freed from bondage, and favored by the Lord. Prahlada then started saying, Prahlada said, 6th verse, a blessing of this kind has never been the privilege of Brahma, nor of Sri, Mother Lakshmi, nor of Shiva, nor of any other. For thou wert the object of adoration of divinities like Brahma. Oh, thou means the Narayana. For thou, you, who are the object of adoration, who adores you by divinities like Brahma, whom the whole world reveres, has undertaken to be the gatekeeper of the Asuras, offering us protection from all others. O granter of protection, Brahma and other divinities, they enjoy the rulership of the other worlds by virtue of the power they gain through the service of your lotus feet. And that means by your grace, all of the power, Brahma and other divinities, they enjoy the rulership of different planes of existence. But it is a wonder that even we are asuras, were born of evil womb and given to evil ways, have become the objects of condensation. Your mercy is indeed unconditioned and limitless. Now, good people get your blessing, that's okay. But we are born in Asura family, and we are by your grace does not make a distinction. You are so kind to us. Unconditional love, your mercy. Verse number 8. Wonderful is your play, consisting in the manifestation of this infinitely vast universe to the sportive function of your Yoga Maya. So wonderful is by the power of your Yoga Maya, your sportive Yoga Maya, the infinite vast universe is functioning. It is a play, Mahamaya's play. So too is it a mystery how you, who is the savior of the whole universe, and even sighted towards all, could have a nature favoring some called your devotees, and some others were said to be antagonistic and to disregard you. This is not partiality, for you are like Kalpataru, the wishielding heavenly tree in the love of devotees. For Kalpataru is open to all to resort and to get its favor. If someone do not do so, the Kalpataru cannot be blamed as partial to those who resort to it and got its favor. It is equally open to others also. Prahlado prayed. Oh Prahlado, dear Prahlada, may you be happy and prosperous. You too go to Sutala. Oh Prahlada, you also go to Sutala. There you can be happy. It is this grandson of yours. So see, Prahlada is now being sent to